If you recall, various media agency forecasts on Brandstand in the last few months had underscored that spends on 4G marketing will boom in 2016. And sure it is. We've seen some high decibel advertising already, and I'm told the battle hasn't yet begun. Our top story this week is a report by my colleague Ruhi Kurele on how telcos are getting set for the great 4G war. Take a look. While the amount in terms of media spends may not be as that of the FMCG sector, clearly Telecom has been seeing new highs every year thanks to the boom in cellular voice and data services in the last 2 decades. Like e-commerce was last year, forecast says 2016 will see the achedin for media spends from telcos thanks to 4G.
Airtel 4G challenge. इससे faster network मिले तो lifetime mobile bills free.
Airtel was the first to launch, but Vodafone and Idea are not too behind. According to the FICCI KPMG report, 3G and 4G subscribers would constitute over 40% of the wireless internet subscriber base over the next couple of years.
2015, a huge burst of e-commerce ads, and now that's gone down. I would expect the same thing to happen. Till the picture is clearer after the Reliance launch. It is only after the Reliance launch will we realize, because Reliance is saying I will be 8 times faster. Now it is then that the dust will settle and the result of this war will be clear. Whether Idea gains, whether Vodafone gains, whether Airtel gains, or whether Reliance completely changes the battlefield. So until that happens, I expect a lot of advertising to happen.
अभी मैं holiday पे हूँ और यहाँ 4G मिलने का चांस ही नहीं है.
पूरा चांस है इस टीम के जीतने का. हम लाइव आपके साथ हैं.
Airtel has launched the second leg of its campaign, and Vodafone too has had a visible presence in the quest to attract more subscribers. And with the launch of Reliance Jio set to happen any day now, an advertising war is inevitable.
Certainly 4G services are going to see increased action. So with increased action, there's going to be increased clutter. With increased clutter, there's going to be increased innovation. So I won't be surprised if you see various forms of innovations in different forms of media, whether that's television or print or in any other form. But I'm very sure you're going to see heightened action on 4G. How much is anybody's guess to predict. And with the heightened action, you will see newer and interesting forms of innovations in media coming along across all mediums.
The top 3, whether it is Airtel and Vodafone and Idea, in a very unusual situation. I think they have around 73 or 74% of the market share. So there is great dominance. But on the other hand, waiting on the sidelines is this huge, what we call the 100-pound gorilla, which is going to be Reliance. So they have much bigger plans, much bigger. I think the last figure I heard was 20 billion US as an investment. Now, therefore, while these three have that 73 or 74% market share, they need to make sure that the transition to 4G happens fast and happens more to them than to any other.
Yes.
हाँ यार.
Correct.
थोड़ा over हो गया.
थोड़ा.
Bharti Airtel is already promoting its services with an aggressive 360-degree marketing campaign. Its communication features girl next door Sasha Chetri, who can be seen mocking herself in the ad. The campaign this year talks of the widest 4G network.
No way नहीं यार. 4G है.
What you saw in the early days of the launch was Sasha, who is our brand ambassador, propagating the message of 4G. Here you found her in remotest of locations, and the brand and 4G kind of found her. So Airtel 4G was she was influenced by the brand versus she influencing others to take on the Airtel 4G services. So I think this shift in stance and this tongue-in-cheek kind of attitude that we displayed in our communication caught the attention of consumers, and I think that was really the objective.
Then after 500 meters, take a sharp left at
Again?
Failure Road.
Let's hear it from Taproot, the creative agency of Bharti Airtel, on how the campaign is helping its client position itself differently vis-a-vis competition.
I always say that telco advertising is like political advertising, politics. doing advertising for political parties, simply because its TG at any given time spans across 4 or 5 SECs. Therefore, we've got to keep all the wheels spinning rather than say what's the next film, what's the next campaign. And that's why it's an interesting challenge for a creative agency to handle, because it's like the elephant in the room with 6 blind men finding a different meaning or metaphor for what it stands for each of them. For some it's pure connectivity, for some it's what they can do with life and internet speed, and for some it's just the security of having a network that never fails.
हर फोन में 4G हो सकता है.
Being the first in line to roll out Media Blitzkrieg months ahead of its arch rival may have given Airtel an advantage. But Vodafone seems all set for the challenge, with its 4G campaign already grabbing attention. The Pug, one of Vodafone's most adorable and successful mascots, is back to promote the brand's 4G services.
World's largest 4G network is here.
Chica the Pug, as our symbol of our network, is a very, very strong differentiator. And we thought that Chica symbolizes the fact that we offer a great network experience to our consumers, and it's a very well differentiated proposition. Hence the use of Chica for this campaign. If I look at the initial results that are coming through, consumers are loving it, and there is a keen anticipation for more stories around Chica and what he's doing with Vodafone Supernet 4G.
Meanwhile, as Reliance Jio insiders are tight-lipped about their plans, Idea is getting set for the big battle.
The first phase of our launch is just over. We are going to be hitting about 750 towns by June. That's what our managing director has put out. We also, wherever we have launched, we've already got our campaign out. So we are focusing on the network experience that we will give people with our 4G. That's what we've put out. So our proposition is that Idea 4G LTE is the network for people who live online. And that is already out in all the circles that we have launched. The television campaign will also come in due course.
This has clearly been a decade of explosive mobile internet growth in India, in the second of the 2 decades of mobile telephony. Around 60% of internet access in the country is through mobile phones, giving enough reasons to the telcos to use digital to bolster their consumer base through promotions.
The percentage of money that is of a total budget that is going into digital is already on the rise. It's already increased by some 15-20% in the mix. But you need mass media for the simple reason that you are still converting from 3G to 4G. You don't have a captive 4G audience to whom you are saying use data more. You are trying to do the job of converting from 3G to 4G.
While Vodafone and Airtel claim to be the fastest and the most efficient, it would be interesting to see how their marketing strategies pan out in the time to come, along with other telecom operators who are yet to launch their 4G service. Also, if the number of TV spots, jackets and full-page ads on newspaper have any bearing on consumers' mind.